Now in this video we'll study about the electric circuit and how we can analyze various parameters for it. Now in a circuit there are various resistors and other physical components. For right now we will use resistors only. Also there are batteries and there are branches of the circuit. So there are various parameters that are related to this circuit, and the analysis of circuit includes of any electrical circuit. This analysis includes the current in each branch. There can be various branches, so we can find currents in each branch of the circuit. Also we can find the potential difference across different points and junctions. Also, if the circuit is purely resistive, that is, there is no battery in the circuit and only resistors are connected, then we can also find equivalent resistance of the circuit by using the analysis. Now, there are two major laws which we use for analysis. And these two laws are, first one is Kirchhoff's current law, which is denoted as KCL as we are going to use it. And the second important law is Kirchhoff's voltage law, that is KVL. So these will be the two main laws that we are going to study and how to apply them for analysis of electrical circuit. So we'll start with Kirchhoff's current law. This will be the first law that we are going to study and how we apply it. Now this law defines the distribution of current in any circuit in any junction of a circuit. Now let us say that we have a part of a circuit in which there is a junction and there are various branches going out from this junction. And let us say that at this junction a current I1 is coming inward, and this I1 is divided into three branches, say I2, I3 and I4. Then according to Kirchhoff's current law, all the inward coming current will be equal to the sum of all the outward going current. That is, I1 will be equal to I2 plus I3 plus I4, because I1 is coming towards the junction and at this junction it is divided into the three parts. So the current in the three branches will be going outward, and by the conservation of charge, the inward charge should be equal to the outward charge. Similarly, inward current should be equal to the outward going current. So by using this, we can write this equation. So similarly, if we have a condition in which we have, suppose, say 4 branches connected to a junction, and I1 is coming inward and I2 is going outward, I3 is coming inward, and say that I4 is going outward, then by using conservation of charge and same principle, we can say that the inward current, which is I1 plus I3, will be equal to the outward current, which will be I2 plus I4. Thus, we can say that according to KCL, the summation of current at a junction in the circuit will be equal to 0. The summation of all the currents that is going through the junction will be equal to 0. We can understand this if we bring I2 and I4 on this side, then it will be equal to I1 plus I3 minus I2 minus I4 equal to 0. Now the plus and minus sign are divided by us. Generally we take the direction of current as the positive direction. So since I1 and I3 are coming inward, we are taking them positive, and I2 and I4 are going outward, so we are taking them negative. We can take it opposite also, reverse directions also, and then in that case I1 and I3 will be negative and I2 and I4 will be positive. But whatever direction we take, this law is always justified, and it always gives the summation of current on a junction equal to 0. So this is the basic definition of Kirchhoff current law. Now we will study how to apply this law. We will take an example, and we will see how to apply this law. So we'll understand the application. So for that, let us take a circuit. I'll quickly draw the circuit. You should also draw it with me and then solve as I am solving. Then it will become more clear how are we making equations. So let us say that in this circuit a 20-volt battery is connected, and there are three resistors, one of 4 ohm, 3 ohm and 6 ohm. Now let us say that if this is the battery, then the potential on this point will be equal to 20 volt, and the potential on this point will be equal to 0 volt, so that the potential difference of 20 volt is maintained in this branch. Similarly, this 0 volt will also be here, and this point will also have a 20 volt potential. Now at this junction we do not know the potential, so we can take it as X. Now if we do this, then using KCL for junction with potential difference X, this junction where we have taken potential difference X, then in this junction the current coming inward will be equal to the current going outward. So now let us say that from the battery a current I1 is flowing out, and at this junction it is divided into two parts, say I2 and I3. Then these two current will again be added here, and again we will get I1 because of the conservation of charge. So the current leaving the battery should be equal to the current entering the battery. So if these are the currents, then I1 will be equal to I2 plus I3 by KCL. Now if we use Ohm's law, then we can find that current in this branch will be equal to the potential difference on this branch divided by the resistor. This is simple Ohm's law that we are using. Now the potential in this branch is X minus 0. So I2 should be equal to X minus 0 divided by the resistance of the branch, which is equal to 3. So I2 will be X minus 0 upon 3. Similarly, I3 will be equal to the potential difference across this branch divided by the resistance. So it will be equal to X minus 0 upon 6. Current I1. Now since this is the higher potential and the current is flowing in this direction, and we know that in the direction of the current the potential always decreases. So that means X potential will be lesser than the 20 volt potential, as the current is going from 20 volt point to X point, so that it will be decreasing. So I1 should be equal to 20 minus X divided by the resistance of the branch, which is equal to 4. Now if we put these values in this main KCL equation, then we will get 20 minus X upon 4 equals to X minus 0 upon 3 plus X minus 0 upon 6. Now if we solve this equation, then for X, then it will be 20 minus X upon 4 equals to X minus 3 plus X upon 6. So this will be equal to, if we cross multiply, we will get an equation 12X equals to 120 minus 6X, and this will be equal to 18X equals to 120. So X will be equal to 120 upon 18, which will come finally as 20 upon 3 volt. So this will be the value of X, the potential at this junction. Now using this value of X, we can find the currents also in each branch. So we can see that I1 which is 20 minus x upon 4 will be equal to 20 minus 20 by 3 upon 4, and if we calculate this, we will get 10 by 3 amperes. Similarly, I2 is x minus 0 upon 3, so it will be equal to 20 by 3 upon 3, so it will be 20 by 9 amperes. And similarly, I3 we can calculate x minus 0 upon 6, so 20 by 3 upon 6, so it will be equal to 20 by 18, and that will come out to be 10 by 9 amperes. So in this way we can apply Kirchhoff current law to find out the current in each branches and the potential difference across various junctions. In the next video we'll study about Kirchhoff voltage law.